Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly. This is primarily a drone show. We'll be sharing adventures from all over the world. We hope to have interesting guests every week, and we're glad that you tuned in tonight. We'll be flying different drones in different locations. We encourage viewer participation in the chat. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Every week, we'll have another interesting guest. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be sharing various adventures by our guests as well as myself. And thank you for joining us tonight. Hey, everybody. Welcome.
How
Thank
you
you
doing?
for our little late, and we got Ken right up. He's in the. I didn't put him in the back room because I was late. So, how you doing, Ken?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Captain Ray.
Well, I
Thank
want
you
to
for
thank.
inviting me onto the show.
Yeah, we'll have a good time. But let me welcome in a few people, and I know I saw Al. He was there, and John, Connecticut Formula, Trucker Steve, Alan, Drone Views Media, coming to us all the way from Ireland.
Wow.
Lloyd, the grumpy vlogger, and Dennis Loveladies in the chat. How you doing, Dennis? And Dennis is going to be performing for us at the South Florida Drone Meetup. So I want to say thank you to Dennis for that. And Steve and Drones, how you doing? Yeah, so sorry I was a little late, but I had that cramp. I got these cramps in my left leg, and I had to walk it off. Otherwise, it would have been a total disaster like a couple of weeks ago, where I was walking it off while we were live.
Oh, wow.
And but we got a meetup. You don't even know that we got a meetup scheduled for Wednesday. I was going to text you privately, but I'm going to tell you we got a little meetup going Wednesday at the South Florida Drone Meetup location at 8 a.m. I hope you can make it.
I can't. Well, actually, my famous puppy that I just got, she is about to be spayed on Wednesday. So, going to be taking her down to the vet at 9:00, and so I can't be in too.
Tell everybody about the new dog you got.
Well, it's a little. She's about, I guess, 6 months old now, and she's put on 5 pounds in 6 weeks since we got her. It's one of those hybrid dogs. They call it a Cavapoo. It's a bred between a Cavalier Spaniel and a Poodle. And she's not gonna get too big. But right now she's about 16 pounds and very sweet and needs a lot of training.
Well, that's good. You got a new pet, and I'm sure you'll stay very busy with your new dog.
Yes. Well, I do walking, and like I said, she needs training, and that's the next project. And of course, I always have to keep on flying, so I got to jam that in between.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, Ken. We've flown together on a couple of meetups already, and it was such a pleasure flying with you. But tell the viewers in the chat how you became involved with drones.
Well, I've always been very, very interested in technical things, starting early with computers back in the late 70s. And I was a ham radio operator. So things tech always interested me. And I guess around, I don't know, 12, 14, I think I bought some really cheap drones, for like $60, and they were horrible. And then, I said, nah, this drone thing doesn't work. Those drones got carried away by like a couple of mile-an-hour winds. They were real cheap drones. So about 2 years ago, I purchased a Hollystone and flew that for about 2 hours and returned it promptly.
Okay.
returned it to Amazon, and then purchased my Mini 2. And that was the beginning of a love affair with a great hobby. The Mini 2 is amazing. I was lucky enough to take that up to the mountains up in North Carolina and Georgia. So it was a great place to start the hobby. And from there, I think within a month, I got an Air 2S. And then a couple of months after that, I got my Autel Evo Light Plus, which I fly a lot now. I like I like that Evo Light Plus.
Yeah, I know it's a great drone, no doubt about it.
Very nice camera, flies nicely. Very very stable in the wind. But you can't disparage the Air 2S. I think it's one of the greatest drones so far ever made for the money and for what it does. It's unbelievable.
I have my batteries charging for the Air 2S right now as we speak.
I mean, every time I fly the Air 2S, I'm impressed by how fast it flies, how stable it is. Um, I mean, the only beef I have is the geo zones. I mean, I those are really bothersome, but you can get around them. You just have to learn how to do the requests.
Right, right. And it's not that complicated, right?
No, not at all. But sometimes it doesn't work. So when you get out to the location, your drone, like I was at the other day with my Avata. I also have an Avata. I enjoy flying that. And I was just right here locally at a park in Palm Beach County. And I downloaded the GeoZone permissions, but it for some reason got to the park and it said no go. You cannot fly. So,
Yeah. Well, that Avata is becoming very, very popular for DJI.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't I use the I don't use the regular controller. I use the motion controller, which some people say is cheating, but I enjoy flying with it. It's a lot of fun.
So you use the motion controller.
Correct, correct. I don't use the what is it called? The controller too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I use the people call it something else. I won't mention it on this air on this show. They use another name for it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know. I know. But I tell you, I used the motion controller and it was pretty easy to fly with that.
It's extremely easy. You basically go from 0 to 1,000 in about 5 minutes. You realize how to use it, and it's a great experience. You just can't go as fast as going on manual mode, and for all intents and purposes, you're really not a true FPV pilot because you're not doing all the flips and spins and all that stuff. So
Well, one of the well, JC Flying, he became an FPV guy now, and he's got the Avata, and I'm very impressed with the way he flies it. And then you got Mark Fisher up in Rhode Island. He went out and bought the Avata, and I don't know if we're ever going to see him come back to GPS drones. He loves his Avata.
well, again, they're probably using the RC2, and they're just great flyers. I'm kind of a novice at FPV, and again, you're limited with the motion controller. You can't go as fast as you can with the RC2, and you can't really do all of those crazy flips and all those things like you can in manual. That's those pilots amaze me. They do. They're unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah. And I I mean, I'm not an FPV pilot. When I fly him like a GPS drone. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But it looks like it's a lot of fun. Hey, there's Hot Rod. How you doing, Rod? Good to see you. And he flies his Avata.
It's
Yep,
a
there it
it's a
is.
tremendous amount of fun. I like to fly it around my house, and they're building, they're redoing a house across the street from me, so I'll fly the thing right past the workmen. And I see them like scratching their head, like, what the heck is that?
Hey,
It's
Michael. Hey, Michael. And Greg Pittman, good to see you. But no, I'm just amazed at the way guys can do tricks and,
yeah,
you know, really. I get a kick out of watching them.
they're amazing pilots. That's all you could say.
Well, I got to tell people about the South Florida drone meetup, and I know
Please do.
you're coming, and we got 112 people on the list
Wow.
now, and it's one of those things where it just keeps growing, and I'm so thankful that everybody's coming. I mean, certain people signed up and they had to cancel for different reasons, but we're gonna have a great day that day, and then a second day of flying on Sunday. But for those who are in the chat that don't really know about it, we're having our third annual South Florida Drone Meetup on April 1st, 2023 at the Jensen Beach Causeway Park in Jensen Beach, Florida. And it's free to come and attend. Just let me know. I'll put your name on the list because one lucky person that's on the list is going to win a nice raffle prize based on your number. But you have to be present. Can't just put your name on the list,
No.
But speaking of prizes, I came home. I was at the Mets game today. I went to a spring training game, and the Mets won. By the way, they won.
All right.
But I came home, and there was another package of raffle prizes at the door in this big box, and the box came from Marcus Crawford of Idaho Quadcopter. So I'm gonna do the unboxing right here live, and the first thing I'm going to show is another drone. Look at this. We got another drone. Yeah.
What is that?
It's a W80 Discover the New World drone, but it looks pretty cool, really.
Yeah.
Take a look at it, And the brushless motors, GPS mode. But this will be a fun raffle prize for
Very
somebody.
nice.
So thank you to Marcus for that. And he already donated a Holy Stone drone, which I got down here on the floor around me. But we got a mat for FPV goggles. Then we got some stickers and some lapel pins or hat pins. Marcus
and I've heard the Holy Stones have improved since the 3 years ago that I tried one.
Like gambling chips made up with his logo. But he sent us some hats that we'll be giving away.
Oh, that's a nice.
Idaho Quadcopter hats.
I like that hat.
And what else is in here? Oh, look at this. A voice recorder. Sony voice recorder.
Wow.
And I know he already told me about the anemometer. And
that's cool.
You know what that is, right? An anemometer?
Absolutely.
A wind.
Yes.
It tells you how high the winds are or how low. So thank you to Marcus Crawford. Really, he is definitely a gold sponsor, and I want to say thank you to him.
I enjoy his videos.
Show with all the prizes, but we're gonna have a great raffle at the end of the day.
That sounds great. I was saying I really enjoy Marcus. I like his videos. They're very, very informative and honest, I would say.
Yes, they are.
And you're going to have a lot of heavy video hitters out there at your drone meetup. Why don't you tell everyone?
Yeah, well, I tell you, we got some celebrities. I call them drone celebrities that are going to be there. And
correct.
One of them is Alex Escardo. Just to let you know, he agreed to give an edited presentation at the meetup, and I'm looking forward to that because Alex is an incredible editor.
He really is.
And I know you've flown with him, and I've flown with him. And speaking of that, he has entered his video for the video contest for the best video award. And he was down there filming the cruise ships, and you and I were there with him one day, but they went back.
Right,
And
I was there. I was there. That this was last Monday.
right.
Is he going to enter the 1 minute remix?
Yes, he redid it. He
That is
done it.
unbelievable.
Yeah, and he made it 1 minute or less, which is
Unbelievable.
and it's a fantastic video. So
Yeah,
he may be getting the best video award.
there you go. He deserves the Oscar.
But we're gonna have more videos. Somebody else, Al Duran, submitted one today, and we already got one from Joe Manny from the Rhode Island Drone Meetup Group, and that's a phenomenal video too. But you have up until 2 days before the meetup, so we can make a decision on who should get the best video. But it's got to be 1 minute or less. It's got to be a drone video. So, send them to me or post them on the South Florida Drone Meetup page and let me know.
I'm sure Alex will have some tough competition.
Yeah. He was worried. He was worried about Mark Fisher, but Mark Fisher's he's not coming this year for different reasons, and you have to be present to win it.
Gotcha.
So, but anyway, Joe Fodolio, he's in the chat. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. And Joe is going to be the co-host with me on the Fly for Fun show on Wednesday at 7 p.m. He's filling in for Johnny because Johnny's on a cruise, traveling the world over in Italy and the Greek islands, I think, and he's having a good time.
Seeing his pictures, he's posting a lot.
Yeah. So anyway, Ken, I mean, what's your favorite drone? I mean, you got a fleet of them. You've flown a lot. Well, what's your favorite?
Like I said, I really love the Autel because you don't have to worry about geozones, and it really flies nicely. It's totally so stable in the wind. It's a big drone. I think it's as big as the Mavic 3 as far as the gram weight, and the camera's excellent camera. So that kind of just edges out the Air 2S. Just the fact that it doesn't have the geozones. But
everybody who has Autel drones loves them. Really,
yeah,
they do.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot beat a DJI drone. That Air 2S flies unbelievably well. It amazes me how fast it flies, how maneuverable it is. You don't get that from the Autel drone. The Autel drone is kind of like unless you put it on the fastest ludicrous speed, you get that kind of fast speed. But it's
you're talking about the Air 2S, and I have the Mavic 3 also.
I know.
I love my Air 2S. I do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but I had the honor to film an alligator and hog hunt about 3 weeks ago. And I brought the Air 2S with me. I brought the Mavic 3 and the Air 2S, but I sent the Air 2S up, and I got some great shots during this hunt. So I'm going to show a little of that video now, all right?
Yeah, please.
It'll only take a second. And this hunt was really, really cool. And I got to give credit to Jeff, my friend Jeff, because he's the one who invited me. And we're doing it again tomorrow, just to let you know.
Where did this take place? What part of the world is this?
98. And these are the swamp buggies that we rode around in. It was so cool. Yeah, it was really a fun day. The hunt was guided by Rick the Gator Man.
He said he saw. Yeah, he was out. But he heard us coming. That big 10-footer's up too. But this is a healthy night.
Well, we thought about this. If you watch part, the time 1, 2, and 3, you'll notice they hook it up. I put the drone up in time. Jim hooked up first, and then Jeff. They did a little hog hunting. And now it was Rick's turn to catch a monster alligator. and I'll try to speed it up because it was a 40-minute flight. What happened? What were you doing? Trying to tail rope it or whatever they call it?
One of the clients caught it at the reservoir, and
What do they use for bait? Chicken?
so we brought it up.
No, it's a treble hook. Actually,
Let it go.
They just treble hook it?
The gaff to take the tape off, and I
Wow.
here.
Good luck. Get well soon. But they try to lasso it, and there it is.
Wait a second. You're
Way to go,
saying
brother.
they just treble hook the gator? They use no bait?
Yeah, and they now.
He's not 11. He's gonna be 10 something.
That's a big gator.
9 feet 7 inches.
Whoa.
It was like one of the coolest things I've ever done.
That
really.
is pretty cool. That thing will tear you up.
We had a good time.
Yeah, and you're going to do that tomorrow?
Yeah, we're doing it again tomorrow because my friend Jeff is going to do it with his 2 sons this time rather than his friends.
Now, does
So-
he have? You have to have a license for that or a ticket?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to go get permits. You sign in. They give you your permits, and obviously you sign release waivers and all of that. And they guarantee you that you're going to get them if you go. You know.
Wow.
So anyway, before I came on, I was eating the gator meat tonight.
How did you prepare it? Fried or broiled?
Jeff's wife prepared it, and she fried it and had some secret batter, and it was delicious. Yeah, it really was.
What does it taste like? Don't tell me it tastes like chicken.
No, well, I know, but no, it's not like fish.
Yeah.
It's just a totally different taste, but it was very, very good.
Does it have any kind of gamey taste to it?
No, not really. No. You never had it in a restaurant? Because you can get it in restaurants.
I've never had gator. Never tried it.
Never order it.
I'm going to try it. But, I've had frog legs and all sorts of stuff. Catfish I love, of course, but never had gator.
Yeah, no.
Now, what do they do when they catch this gator? What do they do with it?
Well, if you want to make 2 trips, they'll cut up and give you your actual meat. But
right.
My friends, they didn't want to make the trip back to Arcadia, so they swapped it out. They always have like fresh gator meat.
Ah, got you.
Whatever poundage your gator was, they'll give you that poundage in meat.
That's instead of waiting for the thing to be rendered. Absolutely, that's smart.
Yeah. And then on that hunt, they also got 2 hogs, but that was a whole different video, and that was a 4-part video I did on that hunt. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But anyway,
Yeah.
Laura, I think I said hello to her. Reptilian's in the house, and Lisa's in the house. How you doing, Lisa? And I got Lisa's. She's got a raffle prize over here too, and I got it sort of buried. I got to show it. And she donated a diamond painting kit, just to let everybody know.
Oh, very nice.
Diamond painting. Thank you to Lisa. And there's something else over here, but I don't know about this, Lisa. But thank you very, very much. And that's from Lisa in the chat. But I got so much stuff here, really. I mean, we got Johnny made up some of these South Florida drone computer mouse mats, and
wow.
He made some up, and I'll be giving these away. And Al, Time to Fly, his stickers just fell out of his computer mat.
So what time is the meetup at the Jensen Beach fly-in?
7 a.m. It starts at 7 a.m. and it runs until 4. Then we have a dinner later that night. I don't know if you want to go to the dinner. You got to let us know. It's additional.
I'll probably just be there for the day and head back.
Yeah. We got about 12 people on the dinner list already. But we go to Duffy's. I don't know if you're familiar with Duffy's restaurant.
Sure.
Yep.
You gonna go in Stewart downtown?
No, not the one downtown. It's on US 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In South
Yeah,
Stewart.
I love Stewart. It's such a nice little town.
Right. Maddie's Drone World's in the house. How you doing, Maddie? Maddie's on the drone committee. He's working behind the scenes, helping a great deal. And I got to say thank you to him and the rest of the members of the drone committee, which is Johnny and Brad and Bill. And I tell you, I came home yesterday again, and I know this is like a show and tell, but these were in a box. These were in a box at the door yesterday. Nice landing pads. Look at these landing pads. So, and this is from Start RC. So,
is that from Star? That's from Star Lee, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
That's Al's connection.
And I got Al's. You're an Ortel guy, so I got to show this Ortel drone at Al Diaz. Look at this.
Oh wow,
Nano, plus premium bundle. Yeah,
that's
so
nice.
Lucky raffle prize winners.
Oh man, I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed for that.
Yeah, and I don't want anybody to laugh at the drone. I'm donating.
What are you donating?
It's a Tom's on.
What is that?
It's a Tom's on. Well, you could say it's like a beginner drone. You know what I mean?
Like a Tello.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
But we got new pilots coming.
Absolutely.
We got experienced pilots coming, and this year we got international pilots coming.
That's amazing.
Brant Ariels is coming all the way from Canada, along with Jim Beauchart. He's coming from Canada.
Wow.
So, hey, there's Bud. How you doing, Bud? Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. And Jack, did I say hello to Jack, Lake Pilot? But anyway, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. The show would not be a success if you didn't watch it. So thank you. And having great guests like Ken on,
Oh, thank you. You're doing a tremendous thing for the community. Having this day, and I know you're putting in a lot of work. I know that. So, and you're not getting paid or anything, and you're not making any money. It's just all out of the love of flying and the community. So, my hat's off to you.
Thanks. But that's what it's all about,
Absolutely.
Fun, getting together, telling drone stories, sharing knowledge, having a good time,
I come back after hanging out with you guys and flying so energized and refreshed that I think that's one of the reasons my wife says, yeah, go ahead and enjoy yourself, because I come back so happy, after flying, and especially flying in a group. It's great to go out and fly on your own, but when you can meet up with 3 or 4 guys, that's like, a fraternity.
I know it is, even if it's a mini meetup like we're having one Wednesday.
I wish I could be there.
Leo is down in Florida, and he comes all the way from Texas, but he had reached out and said, I'd love to fly with you guys. So we're gonna meet at the South Florida Drone meetup spot, and we're gonna fly and have a good time. And Ron Brown's coming. He's down here already. I don't know if you know that, Ken, but Ron Brown is in Florida.
I know his work. He does great, puts great work out there.
Yeah. So I'm going to pick him up. And I think Al, his planes were changing, and he had a job, and then maybe the job changed, and I think he is going to be there now.
Oh, so good.
Al's going to meet me there.
He had a job out in the West Coast.
Right. He was going to Naples or something. Yeah.
What a sweet job it is.
I know.
Couldn't happen. Nicely guy.
Yeah. And I tell you, it's fun having these meetups. Just flying with 1 or 2 guys, even 4 or 5. We have a good time. Such a good time.
We do.
And Sergio's. I don't know if I said hello to Sergio. He's in the chat. Fly Zone. How you doing, Serge? But listen, I do have a little format that I go by, and I talk about a little tip of the week. And this tip of the week this week is going to come from actually John Carroll. Him and I do have bad news. Bad news is that John Carroll is not going to make it to the South Florida drone meetup.
Oh.
He called me yesterday. He was the first guy to book his hotel room, but unfortunately some family commitments came up and he will not be able to make it. So he'll be there in spirit. But he said, Ray, while I'm talking to you, I have a great little tip if you want to talk about it. And he told me about one of the other reasons that you use filters on your drone is to protect your camera lens, And, a lot of guys swear by them, whether it's an ND16 or an ND8 or a polarizer or just a clear glass. It protects the lens of your camera on your drone. So it's something to consider, guys. All right?
I never fly without either an ND filter or a CRL.
And what kind do you use?
Freewell.
Freewell, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And they serve two purposes. They definitely protect the lens, and they actually help make it a better shot.
Yeah, exactly. If anybody has any questions for Ken, we'll try to answer them. You can ask in the chat, and we'll try to answer them. So sometimes I miss looking at the chat. So if you see a question, let me know, Ken, and I'll try to bring it up and we'll answer it. So,
Okay.
he said something, he's saying something about no ND, main purpose of ND pill. Yeah, there you go. Okay. And Maddie says he thinks that's an awesome tip. Thank you, Maddie.
It is.
Yep. Hot Rod. Let's see what Hot Rod says. He uses UV lens on his Avata to keep it. Yep. There you go.
So do I. I have a full set of ND filters and a UV filter for my Avata. So
yeah.
And CPL, definitely.
I know.
That's what I was trying to say CPL, not CLR. That's some sort of cleanser.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, sharing knowledge,
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. Here's one. I don't know. Roku F-111 drone. They do make camera lens protectors for them. I don't know.
I don't think
I'm not positive about that.
Yeah.
Anybody in the chat knows? Please tell Lisa. Hey, there's Scott, Jackrabbit, FPV. Good to see you. And Dre's in the house. One of the drone celebrities. Good to see you, Dre. And Barkley's in the house, and everybody knows by now Barkley is number 52 on the South Florida drone meetup list. And his son is going to meet him at the South Florida drone meetup. His son is coming from Texas, and his son is bringing his girlfriend too. She's on the list, and they're going to have like a family gathering there.
People are coming from all over. It's amazing.
And I know Lisa comes with her son too. And it's nice to see that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then we also have Greg Pittman. Greg Pittman has been at the first and second drone meetups in Florida, but he's not going to be able to make it this year. He'll be there in spirit also. So Greg, we're going to miss you. Scott Nadeau, how you doing? And it's hard to keep track, but I have a master list on my iPad of who's coming, and then if they cancel, I put cancel next to their name. But this year we have so many more sponsors, Ken, really, and I got to say thank you to them all. You know, whether it's you donate a hat or a couple of T-shirts that we give away, we really appreciate it. We
But
do.
it's an amazing job you did to, reach out and get all those resources and get that stuff, get the merchandise in for people. What Lisa's going to win a drone?
I hope so. I hope so.
You
But,
did.
we got to talk about Ken Dono. Ken Dono stepped up big time, really. He ended up reaching out to Maddie initially first, and he says, I'm going to be involved with the South Florida Drone Meetup. And then he contacted me and said, Ray, I'm going to donate an Evo 2 Pro V3 drone, and it's going to come with a smart controller. Can you imagine, Ken?
Hey,
You're very happy with that drone,
that's
right?
unbelievable. That's unbelievable. I've bought a lot of Ken Dono's products, so I support him. He does a lot of 3D printing.
But then the best of all is 3 weeks later, he contacts me again. He says, I'm going to also donate 2 FPV drones.
That's yeah, I heard that. I heard about that. It's amazing.
And just to let everybody know, Ken Dono will be a special guest on the show on Monday. I think it's the 26th or the 20. Yeah, March 26th. That Monday, right before the meetup.
Wow. Great.
So thank you to Ken.
He is certainly one of the stars of the drone world.
Yeah. No. And did I say hello to John Olson, my fellow drone pilot from Long Island? How you doing, John? Good to see you. Yeah. But anyway, Ken, if you had a dream location anywhere in the world where you could fly, where would that be? Do you have like a drone bucket list? But what would be your number one choice?
Wow, that is a really great question. I mean, we have so many beautiful national parks here that you can't fly in. So I would say any national park except the Everglades, because I have enough footage of places that look like the Everglades. Would be on my bucket list. And of course, if you move to overseas or Iceland, have you ever seen footage from some of the pilots that fly in Iceland?
Right, I know.
That's that stuff. So, but I would first want to fly the national parks.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, my number one choice is Ireland. That's a dream location I have. I've already been in touch with Alan, Drone Views Media, and Tomas Aerials, and we're gonna fly together someday over in Ireland. It's on my list. The plans are. I'm doing my research now on when's the best time to go there. So it may happen this year. I'm planning on it, maybe later in the fall. But I'm really looking forward to flying over there.
I saw some footage today from some national park in Scotland. So I'm wondering if they allow people to fly in national parks. I would think they do. It's only
Alan could tell us if he's still in the chat. Let us know if you can, Alan. But Alan, he'll take me to his secret spots over in Ireland.
Oh, those would be great spots.
And I hope he brings me to a castle, at least one castle. Anyway.
Yeah. So you can do a nice circle, right?
Yeah. Well, Alan and I and Tomas, we were talking about this for 2 years now, just to let you know. It will happen.
Between the castles and the shoreline, of Ireland, it's beautiful.
Yeah, no, apparently you can't fly in the national parks in Ireland. Yeah.
You can't?
Okay. Thank you, Alan.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Scotland?
Yeah, maybe Scotland. I don't know. Yeah.
Like I said, I saw some footage today from Scotland.
Yeah. But I know I had asked Kelly Shores to be a guest on the show, and this week he's flying. Well, he's going to England. He's actually, I don't know if he's there now, but he's planning on maybe flying with Sean Geeks Vana or at least having lunch with him anyway. And I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, I like Geeks Fana's stuff.
Yeah.
I watch him. He's one of the guys I watch.
Yeah, I know.
Even though he's in England, he directs most of his content towards the American Flyers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Lisa's right. You're not allowed to fly in state parks in Florida. Yep.
Oh yeah, no, that I know for sure.
Yep. As you know too, Ken.
Yeah.
You know. We were gonna have a meetup at a state park, and I looked into it, and we couldn't hold it up there.
Oh yeah, I would love to fly over Jonathan Dickinson State Park.
Yeah, that would be a good one too.
Yeah, that's a nice park.
Yeah.
Then you got Hope Mountain. You got that hill in the park.
Yep, I've never been in there, believe it or not.
Really? That's a nice park.
I've heard it. And they got the kayak rentals there or whatever.
They got the kayak rentals,
right?
Nice trails.
Yeah, I know. There's so many beautiful places right here in Florida.
There's
where
certainly
you can fly.
Someone just wrote, you can fly drones legally in national park in Australia. Wow.
Oh, Australia. Okay.
Definitely.
Well, that's good to know. Is that Dennis? Dennis say that?
I did not see the name. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But hey, Jody's in the house. How you doing, Jody? Yeah. And and here's Reptilian talking about flying. You can fly in state parks in Utah.
I know. Yeah, I've heard that there are some states that allow flying in their parks, which is very nice.
Well, I know Chris, Dad Random, he flies in Utah. That's where he lives. And I mean, the scenery out there is incredible, really.
That's so funny. I was just watching one of his videos today. He was flying. He was flying a Potensic or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I've watched a few of his videos. I like his stuff.
Yeah. And Drone Allen wants to go to the Philippines and fly. Okay, that's cool, Alan. I think Art Carlson, just to let you know, Alan, Art's going to the Philippines. And that's why he is not coming to the South Florida drone meetup. So
now also, Ray, Ken Herron is going to be at the
yes.
Is that true?
He's coming. He said he's coming. And I think he's bringing his trailer or camper.
All the way to Tennessee?
I think so. That's the last I heard. Yeah. But maybe not. Maybe he's not going to bring his trailer. I'm not positive. But he the last I heard, and Barkley would know this because Barkley is one of Ken's key people now. If he's bringing the trailer. Is he bringing the trailer, Barkley? Camper, I should say. But, he's got that cool police car, too.
I know.
Former police car.
I know. That cruiser looks
Heron Patrol or something.
It looks like it came off the Cops.
Yeah. Oh, so Barkley got a ride in the trailer. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Ken again. I met him, just to let you know, I met Ken out at Spin Up in Texas. And he's such a nice guy. And he let me fly his Vcopter. He had brought the Vcopter to Spin Up. And that's a strange looking drone.
It is.
But when you fly it, it flies like a DJI drone. Cool.
Yeah.
Really. It was so cool to fly that thing.
How big is that, Ray? It's a pretty big drone.
It's not that big. It's hard to, because it's higher than a regular drone.
Yeah.
And it's only got the two props.
Right.
And it was a cool experience. Johnny has one. You know that, right? Johnny has one.
I the only person I've seen fly one is Captain Drone.
Yeah.
Watch his stuff, Captain Drone.
Yep. And John Olson's right about flying in county parks. You get the special permit. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
You got to get a permit to fly in Suffolk County parks?
Up. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Wow.
Technically, I don't know how they enforce it. I don't know if it's very, very, rigid on the enforcement of it, but technically you're supposed to get a permit. Yes.
Yeah.
But Ken's not coming in his trailer. He got rid of it.
Okay.
Barkley's saying. So he's still coming though, right? Right, Barkley? Hopefully. And Captain Joe's in the house. How you doing, Captain Joe? And I think he's trying to remind me to do the contest. But Joe, you gotta have to start. When I say start, that's when you got to put in the lucky number. And I guess that's how we'll do it. But you're eligible too, Ken. So I'm going to write down a lucky number. That's the way I do it. I have a very sophisticated system. And I put it down on a piece of paper. And if everybody wants to pick a number between 1 and 50, we'll do that contest now. See who gets the lucky number.
Okay.
And if nobody gets it initially, I'll start giving hints. But I don't see it yet, And then that's for the $10 Amazon gift card at the end of the month. The beginning of next month, we'll call it. But I do see it. I do see the lucky number. Some people were very, very close. Very close. But Captain Joe, he had number 2 first, I think.
Wow.
So. All right, Captain Joe, your name will go in the hat for the monthly drawing. All right. Thank you. And okay, that was your choice. Okay. Yep. No, you didn't get it, Ken. Ken picked number 32. I guess you can't put it in the chat, right, Ken?
I put it in the chat.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't know how else to do it.
Yeah. But Joel also had number 2, and Jerry Bauer had number 2. But I think Captain Joe was the first one to get it. But I'll double check it to make sure. So I tell you, Drone Nation is going to be on tonight, at 9 p.m. And that's Ron Brown and Marcus Crawford and DeMarco Moore. And I know they're going to have a fantastic show. I don't know who their special guest is. I didn't get on Facebook today. Do you know who their special guest is?
No, I do not.
Yeah. But they always have an informative show. It's one of my favorites. And
I usually catch them on the reruns. I usually catch. I never catch it live.
Okay. Yep.
But usually catch them.
Right. And Jerry Bauer saying that Captain Joe beat him. And Jerry's very lucky. Jerry always seems to get the correct numbers, and he's usually in the drawing. But there's Drone Nation. They're in the chat now. How you doing, Ron? Good to see you. Yep. And we're looking forward to your show at 9 p.m.
He's thanking you for the plug.
I know. But I tell you, he's down in Jupiter. I don't know if he wants me to tell everybody that. I'll say he's in a secret location in Florida. But he's been down a couple of weeks now. We haven't been able to get together. But hopefully, like I say, Wednesday, I'm picking him up, and we're going to fly together up in Jensen Beach. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, you have a good time. I hope the winds are nice and mild.
Yeah. And then we got Mark White. How you doing, Mark? Good to see you. And he's at a secret location in the South. Okay, Ron, that's how we refer to it. So, but he just happened to be up in Collin Park, if everybody knows where that is. So Bob Casey's in the house. How you doing, Bob? Good to see you. And Bob Casey's coming to us to the South Florida drone meetup. He's going to be driving all the way from Kentucky.
Holy cow!
I know. I think he's going to hook up with Johnny first, and maybe Scott, and they're going to do a convoy the rest of the way. So
Ray, you bring them in from all over.
So it's going to be interesting to see who gets the farthest distance travel award, because we have another award for that too. Farthest distance travel.
Now, are there any?
I tell you right now, Ken, you're not going to get it.
For sure, I'm coming.
And I'm not going to get it.
I'm coming from Lake Worth, so.
So.
Anyone international coming?
Yeah. Well, Canada's international.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I haven't heard, about Steven Sutton. He didn't get his schedule yet, as far as I know. But he might be coming all the way from Finland.
Wow, that would definitely win.
He does the drone shows all over the world. So if he has a big drone show job, he's not going to show up, obviously.
Right.
And so Barkley's just going to say he's coming from Canada. But Barkley's going to be coming from Nashville, I think. So, and Chris Hope's in the chat. How you doing, Chris? Good to see you. And Chris, if anybody gets a chance and you don't know about Chris Hope, he does, him and Dennis, and, I can go through the list of the Sunrise crew on the weekend, Saturday, and Chris flies on Sunday. And they're incredible. These Sunrise flights that they do are incredible. If you get a chance, get up early and watch them live. They fly their drones live and talk to us and narrate. Chris reads a little paragraph out of a book on Texas, and I find that so interesting.
So where are they?
Watch them, Ken?
Where are they? I have never seen them. Where are they flying from?
Well, Chris flies from Texas. He's in Texas. Dennis is up in Georgia. And then, you got Rodney. He flies in Virginia. And Paulie, Drone Bum, starts it off in New York on Long Island.
So they're all live streaming?
Yeah, and they go according to the sunrise in the different states.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's very, very, very cool. It is. And then, of course, you got Johnny's Drone Flyer. He goes on after Chris with Drones and Coffee on Sunday morning.
Yeah, I've seen that show.
And Rodney also does Coffee with Rodney and Friends on Saturday morning after the sunrise flights are over. Yeah.
That is cool.
But Chris also he posts his videos, and they're called 2 Minutes of Hope. And he's always got an interesting video every month. He does it for Ready, Set, Drone, Kelly Shores, and then he posts it on his channel. And I think that's so cool too.
Well, he's got the name for it, so it's a great title.
Yeah, I know. And Dominic's in the chat now. How you doing, Dominic? And we got Brian B-Mac. He's in the chat. Good to see you. But I'll tell you, Ken, I told you the hour would go by fast.
It did.
It flew by. And your dog was well behaved. I don't know what you did. Did you tie him up or what?
No. I gave her one of those, something to really chew. Like there's so many new things on the market. They actually put out chicken feet now, dried chicken feet. Yeah. And man, does my dog love that. So one of those, and she's like knocked out.
Okay, well that was good because I didn't know what to expect. I thought that dog was going to be in your lap.
No. That chicken feet, and I walked her before the show, so that knocked her out too. So Barkley's going to be up in Canada on the 19th, and he's having lunch with Jim Beauchamp and Gary, and then he's going to work his way down to the South Florida drone meetup. Well, that's cool that you're having lunch with them. That's great, actually. And I'm going to make this announcement now in the chat.
Because one of the other raffle prizes I'm donating, and this is sort of in honor of Dennis, because he's an ukulele player, and people are going to love him performing. But I'm going to donate an ukulele as a raffle prize, brand new ukulele. So somebody might win that. Well, it's going to win it. Somebody's going to win it, you know. So,
Yeah.
And Dennis also is donating an ukulele, and I got to give him a lot of credit because he surprised me with that. He called me up during the week and he says, Ray, I don't know if I should sell this or I should donate it as a raffle prize. And he showed me a picture of it. And I said, wow, that is some ukulele. And by the end of the conversation, 10 minutes later, he says, Ray, I'm donating it as a raffle prize.
That's nice.
And that ukulele, he told me, is worth $280, just to let everybody know. So, thank you, Dennis. And I'm trying to find a picture of it because I got so many messages, it's hard to find. And Dennis, thank you very, very much. And I can't find you a message where you sent me the picture of it. And maybe I saved it, but I'm not positive. But anyway, it's a beautiful ukulele. Really, it's a custom ukulele. And I mean, I would love to win it, to be honest with you. But it's going to make somebody very happy. So,
can you play? Ray, can you play? Can you play the ukulele?
I strum. I have one, and I strum along, and I sing, and I drive my wife nuts. So we're gonna have a good time. That's all I can tell you. Hey, we got Al in the house. How you doing, Al? And Al, if you're are you doing your show tonight, Al? I don't know if it's your week or not. I don't know. You guys were taking turns, but let me ask. No, I can't find it, and I don't know how he can show it. But thank you all for watching tonight. But Ken, now it's time for closing thoughts and anything you would like to promote. So, but thank you. You were a great guest tonight. Thank you for being on the show.
I have nothing to promote but peace and love, and everyone get along and enjoy droning. It's a great hobby, and it's made my life a lot more enjoyable.
Well, you know, we got to meet each other. You know, I heard a lot about you from Al, South Florida Drone meetup, or flyers, I should say. And he said, you got to meet this guy, Ken. He's such a good guy, you know. And then when I met you, I didn't realize you were, 7 feet tall, and I have to look up to you.
You're a tall guy. Ray, come on, you're a tall guy too.
But you're a good guy, and we kid each other, and we won't go into it now. But we kid each other.
We do. Well, we do. That's what I was when I was flying with Al on Saturday. I was saying, Al, you really love to bust chops.
So, but anyway, listen, everybody in the chat. If you want to hang around, we'll continue to party in the back room. And I just want to say good night to everybody and get out there, fly for fun. And don't forget the Fly for Fun show on Wednesday at 7 p.m. And if you can, make sure you ask a kid or teach a kid how to fly drones, because that's a big focus that I have and Johnny has, is to get kids involved in drones. Let's get kids hooked on drones, not on drugs. So,
absolutely.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.